Welcome to another episode of Monroe Music Showcase here at Music City Studios. We are coming to you, as always, from the back porch lounge area of Music City Studios. I am your host, Mitch Laing.
And I'm Johnny Ringo. And today we feature a band that Mitch, I believe you may be familiar with.
Kind of
I've heard
familiar
them
with
sometimes.
them. Yeah.
They have an excellent, fantastic guitar player and excellent drummer and bass player, and I would say maybe the best looking lead singer in town.
I mean, I don't know. I'd put him up there with the top 5 maybe, but I don't know if I'd say he's the best looking singer.
Easily the most talented. And one thing that I really like about these guys is that they have songs about superheroes, but they're not. I'm going to admit to you personally here on camera, I thought the idea sounded kind of. I was curious about it when you told me about the project.
What are you talking about? What band is this we're talking about here?
We're talking about the Mitch Laing Band. I thought the idea about superheroes, it sounded like, it almost sounded like it could easily be corny. And the fact that you don't put it in the cornball territory, the fact that like...
I mean, we could easily put it.
But I just think it definitely makes it a lot more interesting, you know.
And I have to say something about this live performance of the Mitch Laing Band is the Mitch Laing Band, we've always been very fluid with members. Like, there are no set members of the Mitch Laing Band other than me and Steven. Everybody else kind of comes and goes as they're available. And so this performance was done with a bass player and a drummer that, even though we had known for years, almost a decade, and been playing with forever, they had never ever played these songs with us before on these instruments. So the first time that they come in and play these songs is the very first time they've ever come and play live.
And so I think it's cool that Jeff is able to come in and play drums just sight unseen without even really knowing the songs, just going on straight rhythm. And so I hope you enjoyed this excellent interview with Steven. Shout out to Steven, our excellent cameraman and guitar player, and just hope you enjoy this interview and performance from the Mitch Laing Band here on the Monroe Music Showcase. Welcome to the Monroe Music Showcase from Music City Studios, and I'm here with Mitch and Steven from the Mitch Laing Band.
Howdy, howdy. What's up?
Alright guys, so tell us a little bit about the origin of the band. Obviously, obviously they dress as superheroes, which is, for me as a comic book nerd, is fantastic. Tell us a little bit of the origin story. How did the band start? How did you choose your characters, respectively? Mitch is the Flash and Steven is Batman. Tell me a little about how that came about.
Whenever Prester John broke up, I was looking at trying to get back together some of my old bands, like the Heritage and stuff like that. But no matter what band I tried to bring back from the dead, I needed one other person to agree to do it for it to happen. And I got really tired of doing that, and I got really tired of constantly relying on unreliable musicians in Monroe. So I just thought, well, if I did a band and called it the Mitch Laing Band, then the only person that would have to be there for shows would be me. And I knew that no matter what, I would be there. So so I started reaching out to people, and Steven was actually the first person that I reached out to, because me and him have known each other for almost a decade now, and we had not been in a band together.
Yeah, mostly just playing together at home, rocking out, barbecues, whatnot. We knew it would happen one day, so finally all worked out.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big fan of Flash. Flash and Swamp Thing are hands down my 2 favorite superheroes of all time. And the CW, they put out the Flash TV show, which was a godsend to me. We watched that over and over and over. And after I watched the first season, I was like, man, I got pumped. I was like, man, I need to write a Flash song. So I wrote the first verse based off of the first season. And then I went to write the second verse, and I was like, well, since I'm doing this about the TV show, I might as well just wait. So I was watching the second season of The Flash every single week, and I would take little notes about it, and I was writing the second verse for that song throughout the year that I was watching the Flash TV show. So it took me almost 2 years to write the Flash song.
We are the Mitch Laing Band, and this song is about my favorite superhero, the Flash, and it's called The Fastest Man Alive. Well, Barry Allen, now that's a story fun to tell. A man who runs so fast he streaks across the bell. A bolt of light and flash of red lights up the streets. Now Central City can feel a little bit upbeat. And it looks like Captain Cold might show his face again. Strap on the red suit and knock open his chin. Well, you can't beat a man that runs on beams of light. Can face through solid walls and be there to the fight. In a flash, that boy was gone. In a flash, in a flash, that boy was gone. In a flash, that boy was gone, don't you know? Run as fast you can. Run through the Speed Force and Flashpoint home again. There are over 52 portals to the multiverse. So winter, zoom and dawn, the Flash that's in reverse. How many speedsters can our Barry fight to solve the Flashpoint without the Dark Knight? And though the weight of time is on our Barry's back, he must live with the changes, the future that he lacks. In a flash, that boy was gone. In a flash, in a flash, that boy was gone. In a flash, that boy was gone, don't you know?
And so how did the idea come about, I guess, to dress like superheroes and write these songs about superheroes? Obviously, it's something very unique, not only for our area, but just the music in general. It's not something that you see. Like, how did that come about?
Well, I mean, the idea for the Justice album is almost, it's almost 10 years in the making, actually. Because I wrote the Batman song back in 2008, back whenever The Dark Knight first came out. And everyone just loved the Batman song, and I started thinking, like, everyone loves songs about superheroes for some reason. I mean, as a comic book nerd as I am, I mean, I understand the reasoning, but I just thought it'd be cool, like, since, you know, it's a new thing, we can change it up every album and do a different concept every album. Like, not every album is going to be superheroes, just the first two. We have the DC superheroes that we just released the Justice album. We're gonna play and tour on it for a year or so, and then we're going to release the Marvel album Avenge. And then we've actually got a number of albums planned.
Yeah, we got at least 4.
Yeah,
we'll get to
at least 4 different concept albums planned at this point, and they will change up in costumes.
It won't just be superheroes,
and we'll change up and we'll even change up genres that we play. You know, like we don't like. We're all sick and tired of being pigeonholed. We've all been in metal bands. That was our main thing. And whenever you play in metal, there are rules. Like, you've got to play this part here. You got to make sure you have a chugga, and then you got to make sure, you know, there's just all these rules, and you can't deviate from these rules. And I'm sick and tired of it.
So in terms of lyrics, obviously with the superhero thing, one of my favorite songs they do is Ode to Princess Diana. And how did you come across the lyrics and the theme specifically of an unrequited love of Wonder Woman? How did that come about?
Well, I mean, Wonder Woman, first of all, besides from Superman, has no equal. You know, like, as far as man goes, there is no equal to Wonder Woman. So I always thought it was a pretty cool idea of, like, writing a song about somebody who is, like, madly in love with Wonder Woman. But because she's Wonder Woman, she has got, you know, she's not even, like, even unless you're Batman or Bruce Wayne or something like that, a normal, like, mortal man is not going to be on her radar. So, like, the whole song is just about, like, this guy who's in love with Wonder Woman, and it almost reaches, like, obsessive. Is like, I'll leave you alone, but I need to know why you don't want me. And it's like, well, because I'm Wonder Woman and you're a dude. That's just a Joe Schmo.
This next song is about Wonder Woman, the hottest lady in the DC universe. It's called Ode to Princess Diana. If we can't talk real slow, sit in silence just watching your eyes move. And every time the clock strikes midnight, we get a little bit closer, inches at a time. But I ain't trying to move that fast. If you're moving, then I promise that I won't pass. I get lost in your smile. Your silky hair just flows for a while, and I know I shouldn't be acting like a little boy, watching girls dancing all alone without a toy. Ingrained, uncontrollable, disdain, unconsolable. This is the last chance I get before I lose it all. And I know I should be back to man, walking out the front door when another one comes along. Show me the reasons why I should live. Show me the reasons why you don't want me. I need to know, I need to know, I need to know before I let you go. I gotta see, I gotta see, I gotta see them all walk away from me. I'm quite aware that I myself ain't got much to me. If anything, I got my own flaws. A disappointed runaway from the get-go. I get lost in your smile. Your silky hair just flows for a while. Can I stay for a while? Just baby girl, just let me see you smile, because I'm in rain. Uncontrollable, disdain, unencourageable. This is the last chance I get before I lose it all. And I don't wanna be your back door man, walking out the front door when another one comes along. Show me the reasons why I should live. Show me the reasons why you don't want me. I need to know, reasons why I should live. Show me reasons why you don't want me. I need to know before I let you go. I gotta see it all walk away from me. And all alone by midnight, all alone by midnight, all alone by midnight.
Now, another character I've always had an affinity for is Aquaman. Now, of course, in the new Aquaman movie, he isn't, he's big and burly and Jason Momoa. Like, what are your thoughts on specific? Because I know your Aquaman song deals with him being kind of a wimp. Do you?
I don't like the thing that I've never understood about Aquaman, or there's a lot of Aquaman haters, and I don't get it. I don't understand why people hate Aquaman. Is it because he had a wimpy outfit? Is it because he could talk to animals? I don't know, but people don't seem to remember that Aquaman lives in the deep sea with like the highest pressure on you. So his skin is bulletproof. His skin is knife proof because he has to survive.
More than that. He can go down and not be crushed.
Yeah, like
insane amounts of pressure.
So
he can just drag you down there and it's over.
Yeah, in my opinion, he's not as invulnerable as Superman, but there is a level of vulnerability. Like, go up and try to fight Aquaman and see what happens. Oh, he's gonna have some fish attack me? No, he'll just knock you out and kill you.
And then let the fish
eat you.
This next song is about the king of the sea. It's about Aquaman. Aquaman, you're the king of the sea. It's just too bad people call you a wussy. Aquaman, you're the king of the sound. Talking to animals from under the ocean's ground. Oh, oh, Aquaman, you are the king of the sound. Oh, oh, Aquaman, don't you feel so down? Arthur Curry, oh, you look so sad. Your story's tragic and I feel so bad. You lost your son and you lost your wife. 'Cause Black Manta is one hell of a guy. You were king but you lost your reign. Your evil brother tried to become king. To top it off, you lost your right hand. So self-pleasure is something you can't have. Aquaman, you're the king of the sea. It's just too bad people call you a wussy. Aquaman, you're the king of the sound. Talking to animals from under the ocean's ground. Oh, oh, Aquaman, you are the king of the sound. Oh, oh, Aquaman, don't you feel so down? Arthur Curry, I'm talking that smack. They say you're useless and you can't help a bit. So come and say that up on his turf. 'Cause water covers only most of the earth. And underwater you don't breathe so well. And you'll get eaten by a killer whale. And if he hears you talking that smack again, come and step to this Dothraki Atlantean. Aquaman, you're the king of the sea. It's just too bad people call you a wussy. Aquaman, you're the king of the sound. Talking to animals from under the ocean's ground. Oh, oh, Aquaman, you are the king of the sound. Oh, oh, Aquaman, don't you feel so down? Aquaman, you're the king of the sea. It's just too bad people call you a wussy. Aquaman, you're the king of the sound. Talking to animals from under the ocean's ground.
Everything about this band, it is very freeing. Everything about this band, from the practicing to the writing to the recording to the business side to the touring, we basically get to control our own destiny. You know, and I like that. I mean, it felt like I've been working my whole career to get up to this point. And because I don't think I would even sign to a record label unless they were offering a ridiculous amount of money, because it's just not worth it. You know, the internet has been an awesome double-edged sword. It has been great for underground bands to make their own way, but at the same time, it like cuts out the legs from other bigger bands that are already established.
Flying fearless, cause that's the enemy of will. Hal Jordan, the Emerald Guardian, here to protect his sector from parallax, and he has not been defeated yet. So Ryan Reynolds, you are no lantern of mine. No sequels, because you're bombing your lines. And green Hot Wheels aren't cool at all, and Nathan Fillion would have rocked them all. As a Green Lantern, the greatest hero in the Lantern Corps, he's a Green Lantern, protecting Sector 2814. He's a Green Lantern. Sinestro has no chance anymore. He's a Green Lantern. Trouble, you're ringing with your will, you will soar. So fly to Olaf and meet the men of blue. Create a mountain, protect the hearts that are true. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. So John Stewart, the second Lantern, Guy Gardner, the worst of all of them. So many lanterns from the planet Earth, 3 or 4 counting Kyle Rayner. Green Lantern, the greatest hero in the Lantern Corps. He's a Green Lantern, protecting Sector 2814. He's a Green Lantern. Sinestro has no chance anymore. He's a Green Lantern. Trapone, you're ringing with your will, you will soar.
In brightest day and darkest night, let no evil escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light.
In brightest day and darkest night, let no evil escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. He's a Green Lantern, the greatest hero in the Lantern Corps. He's a Green Lantern, protecting Sector 2814. He's a Green Lantern. Sinestro has no chance anymore.
Wow, how about that? That was a fantastic performance from the Mitch Laing Band, and of course our all too humble host Mitch. You did a fantastic job, and I really enjoyed both the interview as well as the performance. I think you guys sounded great, and
I'm not gonna lie, man. The biggest thing that I regret about this band is choosing the costumes that I chose to do this, because that helmet is so uncomfortable to play anything in, because it locks your jaw into place and then it's like tight, but then the second you lay your head back it just falls right back. So I appreciate that, because it was definitely not easy singing in that helmet the whole time.
So just an excellent performance from Mitch Laing, and I hope that you guys enjoyed their performance, and just go check them out on Facebook. You can listen to them on Spotify and pretty much anywhere you can buy music, right? So thank you so much for watching this performance, and hope you have a fantastic day from Monroe Music Showcase.